What's up, generation? My name is Rebecca Ruth Trawick, but some of you know me as Ruthie. This is just a quick glimpse into my testimony, and I wanted to tell you guys about it because it's changed my life. I'm just gonna jump right on in. I had a really bad childhood, abusive father, really angry, and my mom tried to raise me and my older sister and younger brother up in church, but no matter how much she tried, by the time we were teenagers, we all three kind of rebelled and started our party ways. And by the time I was 14 years old, I was smoking cigarettes and smoking pot, and I was really addicted to alcohol. I loved alcohol. Well, by the time I was 18 years old, my cigarette addiction and marijuana addiction kind of turned into a full-fledged cocaine habit that I had. And I didn't really realize it at the time. Most addicts don't really realize how bad it gets until it hits them right in the face. But I was constantly wanted to be high or to be drunk. It didn't really matter which one, as long as I could kind of escape from what was going on in life. And this one night that I remember it like it was yesterday, I went to this party, just a regular party, and ended up doing an 8 ball of coke to myself, which I don't know if you know, that's a lot of cocaine. And I was just drinking rum straight out of the bottle. And long story short, I ended up getting so crazy that I decided to go swimming in a pool and hit my head actually on this metal pool cleaner that was floating in the pool. And that was the last thing that I remember about that night. The story goes that they had to pull me out of the water because I hit my head so hard that I became unconscious, and they had to pull me out of the water. And my friends, that I thought were my friends, didn't take me to the hospital because they didn't want to be drug tested themselves. The next day, that drive home, I think, was probably one of the longest drive homes of my life. That was when it really hit me that I really had a problem. So this one night, I went to bed just as normal, and I had this dream, this real dream where I could see and taste and touch and smell everything. And in this very real vision that I had, the world was being consumed by fire, and I just remember it like it was yesterday, like it really did happen. In my dream, I became in a panic. And so in my dream, I had to get home, and I race home, and I'm running home with everything that I have. And when I get home, it's just like the Left Behind books. All of my family's clothes were in piles on the floor. And in my dream, it made me realize that if the rapture came, if Jesus came back, or even if I had died, then I wouldn't have gone to heaven. What I hadn't realized was that a few weeks prior to me having this dream, my mother and my brother dedicated every single night to praying for me. And they would pray, God, if we can't get to her, you get to her through visions or through dreams. And sure enough, God was faithful, and he heard their prayers. 2 weeks goes by, and I just couldn't stop thinking about it. And finally, I gave up. I thought about it for a long time, and I knew what it meant. I knew that it meant I had to give up my friends. I knew that it meant that I had to give up my habits, my drinking, and all of the drugs that were my closest friends. And I knew that it meant that my life would be completely different, and that I would be a Christian, and that I would live my life for God. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember being face down on the ground in my church, weeping my guts out. There's like a stain on the carpet under my face. And that was it. That was the moment that I gave my life to God. And I said, okay, I give up. I'm yours. The reason why I wanted to tell you guys this testimony is because even though you yourself might not have struggled with something like drugs or alcohol or what have you, you might know somebody that's very dear to you, somebody that you love very much that does struggle with stuff like that. And I guess I want to tell you that instead of crying about it and instead of judging them, I encourage you guys to just get together in prayer, because you know what? I'm an answer to prayer. I'm like a walking answer to prayer.